chat for us, please. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Hi Tanushree. Hi Sia. Hi Shilpa. Hi Rajini. Hi Khushbu. Hello everyone. We are so glad that you all have joined today to this very, very informative session. So in the meanwhile, guys, do you know what CUET is and what is the full form of CUET? Anyone? Yes, Sia's got it right. That's Common University Entrance Test. Very good, Ragini, even you got it right. So Somya, yes, everyone knows what CUET is.
Absolutely. We
yes,
have like
great. We are glad that you guys
audience. Great.
Great. So your exams are still going on, everyone, or are we like still in the middle of the board exams? Oh, it's still going on. But that's tense. That's tense. Middle of boards. Oh. All right. It's still going on. Yes, so this is the right time, guys. So I'll just start the webinar where today we're going to discuss about the Common University Entrance Test. So earlier to CUET, I believe that most of the universities used to only go by your 12 standard marks. आपको जो 12th grade में marks आए, that were your last marks, and in most of the colleges that was accepted. But now NTA has started the CUET exam, which is now going to be the next big thing. The reason why CUET has come in pictures because it gives a common platform to everyone to perform and everyone to get good marks. So definitely it's one of the biggest entrance exams where they're going to be most of the colleges who are going to accept this, like JNU, TU, Hyderabad University, Allahabad University. So a total 42 central universities are going to accept this all throughout India. So if you're interested in doing a BSc, BA, BCom, LLB, BSc, MSc, BCA, anything, this will be acceptable. So that definitely this is the most big thing currently, and nothing to worry, we are here to help you. So today with me, I have got Somya Tandon. Somya Tandon is the senior career coach at Mindler, and she's currently pursuing her passion in education and technology domain. And she's coached more than 50,000 students to develop their career roadmap. She's a psychologist by education with master's and bachelor's in psychology from Delhi University. And she has extensively worked on different research projects in ISB, Hyderabad, and IIT Delhi. So welcome so much. Welcome to this very amazing webinar today, Somya. So Somya, can you give us something about what is CUET and why now students need to think about CUET and why it is important?
Thank you so much, Hetal, for the lovely introduction. And thank you so much, dear participants, for joining in exactly on time. So as we are discussing about the CUET exam, and you've rightly told us the full form as well. So this exam has been recently introduced by the government or Ministry of Education. So as Hetal was sharing that earlier, where there was a merit score, or some of the universities used to take their separate entrance exams as well. Now they are started considering something like a CUET exam too, right? So what comes interesting part here is that with one exam, you are getting the admission in up to 100 universities. So you are applying through one exam, you are applying to maybe 10 to 20 courses and hundreds of universities as well, right? So Hetal, as she mentioned, there are 44 central universities that accept the CUET score. There are also around more than 103 other universities which are not central, but they do consider CUET score in some of their courses, right? So I think we are fully busy with the boards, and of course wishing you a very happy Holi also. So I think that's something which is very new, that CUET is being accepted worldwide in terms of admissions in India, right? So just tell me, in the audience, if we have students joining in, and if you can just introduce yourself. Are you a student, parent, educator, coach? If you can just type in the chat for us, would be great. Great. Lots of students have joined in. Amazing. Students,
Wow.
yay. Lots and lots. Okay.
All the
Yeah.
students are currently in their 12th grade and they are pursuing their exams.
Absolutely
Great.
amazing. So few
We
parents,
got some parents also here. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish, Miss Fatima, for joining us today. We are here and we're definitely going to put a lot of information. It's going to be a power-packed, full of information webinar today, because CUET now, with that one exam, today you can crack 101 universities which are out there, 44 central universities that are out there, and how crucial and important CUET is. By the way, do you guys know what's the deadline of CUET? Applications.
Yes, good question.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Yes. So
Harleen knows it.
everyone
Yes,
knows that.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely correct. 12th March, absolutely correct. So we are just sitting around the corner, right? Today is 7th and 12th is just coming in. So of course, we just hope that this webinar give you lots and lots of information about CUET. And of course, we are there to help you at each step. So just reach out to us and we'll help you there as well. Great. Just keep on typing your questions in the chat too. So my colleague Shagun is there. She'll help you in answering your queries as well. All right. So
So
Hital,
number
let's
one
deep
thing,
dive.
Somya,
Mhm.
like who is eligible to fill the CUET application form? What is the criteria here? What is the basic criteria for anyone to go and fill up a CUET application form?
Right, Hetal. I think that's a very important question. So, dear students, parents, educators, all the participants, the eligibility criteria is quite simple. So if you are pursuing your 12th, you're giving your board exams right now, or you've completed your 12th, so that's the basic eligibility criteria. And you must have passed in the subjects that you have appeared your board exams in. And as Ishita has asked, is one eligible if one has taken a gap year or a break year? Yes, absolutely, you are eligible. Moksh will discuss your questions as well in a while. Yes, Hetal. So absolutely, even if you've taken a gap year or a break year, you are still
Is
eligible.
there any age criteria here, Somya? Any age criteria that someone has to follow or keep in mind?
Right. There is no age limit for CUET, but there may be age limit depending on the universities that you're applying to. So that you'll need to check out on specific university websites. We can help you there as well.
Sure. So, Soumya, like you said that any 12th grader can apply. Even if you've taken a gap year, you can definitely go and apply for CUET. We've got next 4 days remaining, 4 to 5 days remaining for this application process. Can you quickly take us through the entire process of how the application form is, or what do we need to keep in mind while filling these application forms?
Absolutely, Hetal. So I think I'll just share a quick presentation for all the audience, and each of the questions that I'm reading in the chat, dear parents and students, just hold on. I think within the half an hour, all your questions would be answered, right? So Hetal, I'll just quickly go through a presentation and take up the students and parents from each step that is there, right? Sure. So just sharing my screen. Just give me 1 second. Hope the screen is visible to all. Full screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Great. Amazing. So great, amazing. Just let me arrange my chat. Okay, done. All right, super. So now let's understand and deep dive into the CUET exam. First of all, CUET is just one exam, right? So if I'm, for example, aiming for other exams like your law, design, engineering, medicine, if you're aiming for other national exams also, CUET can be a very strong backup for you, right? So that is one part. And secondly, of course, if you're aiming for one of the top universities like University of Delhi, BHU, Jamia, so lots and lots of central universities are part of the CUET as well. So even if it's a backup, I would say it's a very, very strong backup to keep. So just make sure that you don't miss out on this particular exam. And it's mainly for your undergraduate and integrated postgraduate programs in India. The last date is, of course, as we've discussed, 12th March, and candidates can only apply through the online mode. So there is no possibility of having a form offline. So just make sure that you are applying through the online mode only, right? Tanishka, answering to your question, exam will be on different days or the same day. It's a very, very important question. It will be on different days, and there are slots based on what are the subjects that you select. We'll discuss that in detail in the upcoming slides as well. And there are, of course, 44 central universities and 103 plus other universities that are part or taking part in the CUET exam paper as well. Now, these are some of the university examples. Now, the confusing part comes in. There are some universities that take up CUET score for all their courses, okay? Like, for example, University of Delhi says that I will take up the CUET score for all my courses, okay? But there are some universities which do not take up the CUET score for all the courses, okay? So there are some universities like BHU has specific courses in which the CUET is covered, or there are many others like that. So just make sure when you're applying, you're clear about the courses, colleges, and university part before filling in the application form. Because dear students, if we fill in the wrong course or miss out the university or miss out our subjects in CUET till 12th in our application form, then I'm sorry, there is no possibility to change that. Okay, so I'm just giving you that idea that that's something which is a bit confusing. We'll deep dive into that a little later as well. And you can, of course, understand each step process from here on. Now, what we'll do is, if you come to us as like a Mindler coach, I would be able to help you to understand, okay, which is the good course to apply to, which can be my backups, right? So I think Hetal and I can, of course, discuss this in detail. But of course, the major point is we can help you finalize your courses, your subjects, and what should you exactly fill in the application form. All right. So just make sure you're checking this. Now let's come to the most important part here. And I would request Shagun to share the link in the chat for me. So there's a portal which is there for CUET. Do you know the name of that portal wherein you are filling the application form? Just type in the chat for me. Does anyone have an idea? What's the CUET link for the... Yes, absolutely correct, Samarth, Shivam. Yes, absolutely, the Samarth portal. So each and every information that you're searching for, it's mentioned in the CUET Samarth portal, right? Absolutely, Arushi, Ragini, and my dear colleague Shagun has also shared the link of the portal in the chat. So whatever we do, okay, if you're looking for a course, if you're looking if this university is part of it or not, if you're looking for each and everything, you can go to the portal, right? How as a coach, how we'll support you there is, you don't need to spend 4-5 hours doing that, right? We'll give you in 10 minutes, right? So because we've had already, so that's something which we can help you with there as well. One question that has been asked by someone anonymous is University of Mumbai not there in CUET? Yes, University of Mumbai is not a part of CUET exam. All right, now let's go ahead. Now let's understand the pattern. Okay, so it's an MCQ based exam. There are multiple choice questions. You can select maximum of 10 subjects for the exam. Okay. Now, how do I select the subjects? You can only select those subjects wherein you have given your class 12th marks. or your class 12 board exams and you've passed in those subjects. So you cannot choose those subjects which you have not given in your board exams. All right, this is something which you need to take care of, or you can choose the subject which is closest to the exam that you've given. So make sure that you select the right subjects in the exam. Tanushka asked the question, if I have chosen English, PCM and general test, so will they be on the same day or on different day? Tanushka, we'll discuss this a little later, but of course you can choose these subjects and your slot and your days and time will be allotted to you in the admit card of CUET. So don't worry at all. It will be absolutely clarified that from this hour to this hour on this particular day, you are having the English exam, physics exam, chemistry exam, okay? So Chirag, absolutely you can apply. There's no problem at all. So if you want to check what's the eligibility, what's the course like, am I eligible or not, just reach out to us and we'll help you end to end in all these questions as well. Now let's look at the marking scheme. So correct answer has like 5 marks. The incorrect one has like a -1 mark. And if you have not attempted the question, it's a 0 mark. So I just wanted you to have that understanding that there is negative marking in the exam as well. So just make sure that you're prepared for that kind of scoring also. All right, just moving on. So now the part that where the confusion comes in is, how should I select a university and course? Because there are different subjects, different exams, different choices, different universities, right? So let's deep dive into that question too. Now, just I'm going to show you one thing wherein all your doubts of subjects would be clear, right? Let's deep dive into these sections of the exam. Okay, now answer this question, dear participants in the chat. How many sections are there in the CUET exam? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Absolutely, very nice. Absolutely. So you're all aware of the sections. Okay, done. Very good. And what's the first section like? What is the number 1 section? Absolutely correct. All are saying 3.
Language.
Yes. Very nice. I think our audience is quite aware. Great, amazing. So as you all said, language. So the first section has 2 divisions, okay? 1A and 1B, all right? 1A has a list of 13 languages and 1B has a list of 20 languages. Yes, Avi, that's correct. This is just for an easier understanding, but that's the language part which is included. And some of the universities do consider 1A and 1B. Why? Because if you want to go for a German diploma or a French diploma, then that particular language also becomes compulsory in your CUET exam. So that's why we've given in the division to make it easier to understand. You can choose any language, and this language paper is compulsory in all your exams mostly. Okay, so there, Vartika, 2 languages are not compulsory. The most, depending on the course that you're choosing for, generally only 1 language is compulsory. What does come in the language paper? Any idea what's there? Like, okay, I'm choosing English or Hindi or Urdu or Telugu. So what comes in the language paper? Any idea about that? Verbal, absolutely, Gungun, very nice. Comprehension, grammar, reading comprehension, vocabulary, absolutely correct. So there is a check of your verbal ability, of your vocabulary, of your grammar. Absolutely. So what happens is CUET exam is just asking you or checking your concepts or the knowledge of that particular language. Okay, that's the main idea. Are you skilled enough or are you competent enough to answer those questions in the language? And how do we check it? There's a reading comprehension, there are some vocabulary questions, there are some sentence formation questions, right? So this is how you can answer and go ahead. Now let's look at the section 2. Now section 2 is something like a domain specific subject. Okay, now this is also not really divided, But some universities like University of Delhi divides the section into list B1 and B2. So just to make it more clear, I have divided these courses. Now let's understand the confusing part. Okay, there is a student who has all the subjects mentioned in the course. Okay, I have physics, chemistry, maths, completely fine, no problem. Then there is a person who is from maybe social science and commerce related subjects. They have geology, history, legal studies, economics, political science, no problem. What about a person if or she has a subject called commerce, right? Can you see commerce in the list? Can you see the word commerce in the list? Anyone? There is a subject called commerce in no, right? No. So what would that student do? Any idea? Yes, Akshara is absolutely right. So the subject is that you will give your paper in is business studies. So if you have commerce in your +2, you've given the board exam in commerce, but it is not mentioned in the CUET exam. So you give the subject as business studies, which is closest to your commerce subject. Okay, so there are some students, for them it would be easier that whatever subjects I've studied in 12th, they are mentioned in the CUET domain specific paper. What if they are not mentioned? Simple, you choose the closest subject to the one that is mentioned. And if I don't know, okay, I'm not clear, I don't know this at all, just reach out to us. We'll help you there too. So we will help you in finalizing your subject choices that you need to take up in the CUET exam. Now, Ishita asked a very interesting question. How do we choose the subject? Like, I have PCB, then what should I choose? Absolutely, Ishita, correct. We'll do a case study, like a quick case study in the next part. So you will get much more clarity on this one. Like if I have specific subjects, depending on my course and universities that I'm applying to through CUET, few of those subjects become compulsory. For example, Ishita, if you apply for a BSc degree, then what BSc degree you are applying to and which universities, based on that, you will give the exams in your CUET paper. Akshara, is list B2 compulsory? No, list B2 is not compulsory at all. If you look through the CUET criteria, you'll notice that sometimes they have mentioned that, any one subject from list B1 is compulsory. So usually this is the thing that sometimes they mention that any one subject from list B1 does become compulsory, but not usually B2. Yes, some of the vocational courses may have a criteria of B2 as well. Okay. All right. And of course, Prem, yes, you can take that up. So for psychology, you can be from a different stream as well. And I'll answer all your queries as well. So Hetal and I would take up many queries. So once we are thorough with the presentation, we'll take up all your queries and specific subject requirements too. Right? And Shagun, I would request if you can just answer a few queries till we are discussing, so students would be, free with their question first hand. What's the section 3, dear students? What's the section 3? Dear students, parents, just guess. GT, okay. So you've given the short form too. Okay, great. GT, general test. Absolutely, Muskan. Absolutely correct. So I'll show you. General test is your last section. Okay. Now, general test is not compulsory to take up in CUET. Okay. So usually section 1 and section 2 are compulsory in any course that you're applying for, and section 3 is optional. So section 3 is for vocational courses, for courses with open eligibility, for cross-stream courses, or for any other applicable. For example, for management, which is like a cross-stream course, section 3 is compulsory. Okay, so depending on the course that you're applying for, just make sure that you check the eligibility so that your section 3 becomes compulsory there too. And if you are from a PCB, can I pursue sociology from DU? Shreya, yes, you can. There's absolutely no problem there. So dear students, parents and educators, section 1 and 2 is compulsory and section 3 is something which is optional depending on the course and university that you're taking up. You need to attempt that particular question. For law, Chirag, there are no specific subject requirements. So again, one language would be compulsory, and then you can take up any other subjects in your CUET exam. All right, now moving on. Now this case study is going to clarify a lot, but confuse you further. So I'm just giving a hint that CUET is a bit confusing, so but we'll help you at each step. So let's look at this case study. Okay, simple. In my class 12, I have English, business studies, accounts, maths, and eco. I have these subjects. Okay, so now let's help this student. Okay, all right, now let's name this student, maybe I don't know, Somya only. Okay, so if I'm a class 12 students, if someone like Somya is there, she has English, business studies, account, math, and economics. Okay, and my target course is BCom honors. I want to apply to BCom honors, and my target universities are, suppose, Delhi University and Banaras Hindu University. All right, so this is my target course, this is my target university from CUET. Okay, done? Clear? Just type a yes in the chat if you've understood my subjects, my target courses, universities. Great, absolutely amazing. All right, now let's solve her query. What subjects, what courses, what subjects, right? Now it will become very clear after this. Okay, and we'll tell you some little tricks too. Okay, what's my number one step? What will I do? I have finalized my course, I have finalized my university.
You fill the application form.
Yes, Hetal has given the correct hint. Absolutely. You will fill in the application form. Okay. And where would I go in to fill in that application form? Students, just type in the chat for me. Which is the portal? We've discussed it, right? Absolutely correct. CUET Samarth portal. So you go to the portal, you will see the universities and you will see the eligibility criteria. Now I will confuse you, okay? Now I will make it very, very confusing. Now DU says Delhi University is one option. Delhi University says for BCom honors, you need one language. You can have math or applied math, and you can have any two subjects, out of which one should be from B1, okay? To make it a little comprehensive, I have to use 4 subjects in total. Okay. First, language is compulsory. So for out of those 4, language is compulsory. Then math or with accountancy or bookkeeping, I can take up the second subject. So it can be math, it can be applied math, it can be accountancy, it can be bookkeeping, any one. And then there are 2 more. Now those 2 more can be business studies or accounts, can be business studies or eco, can be any of the combinations. Okay, right? Understood? Clear? Done? Clear with all of you? Just give a thumbs up or type in the chat for me. Great. Now let's look at BHU. Now BHU makes it confusing. Okay, they say if you want to apply to BCom honors in my university, you need to have a language, but accountancy and business studies is compulsory. And the general test is also compulsory. Okay, now this is where the confusing part comes in. That language is also compulsory, accountancy is also compulsory, business studies is also compulsory, and section 3 is also compulsory. Now let's see what would the student select. Okay, let's take up one language. What can the student select as one language in the first section? Tell me, just type in the chat for me. What would be the one language that, Somya can select? Yes, absolutely correct. English is the one language that they can select because they have given boards in the English paper, right? English exam. Now let's look at the other 2 subjects. What should she pick in the other two? Which would make all of it easier for her. Other two. Yes, absolutely. Think about it. Other two are those which are compulsory, because BHU has given that you have to give accountancy and business study, right? So English, accountancy, and business studies is compulsory, right? So 1, 2, 3, 3 are done. Now, we still need a fourth subject for DU. Yes, we still need the fourth subject for DU. So that would be either she can take up maths or she can take up eco, right? She can take up any fourth subject that she is most comfortable with. And she will give the general test also. Okay, so I will, go back to make it easier for you. So I will highlight it for you. We've selected English, okay? Then we've selected accountancy, all right? Then we selected business studies, because English, accountancy, and business studies is compulsory for BHU. Now another subject is needed. Let's, for example, take up maths, okay? Like, I'm good with maths, I have maths, let's take up maths. And I will also take up the section 3, right? So how many subjects has she selected in total for CUET? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many subjects in total? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And including general test, 5. Yes. So 5, actually, she's giving 5 sections of the exam, to put it in a simpler way. Absolutely. So out of 10 maximum, I chose 5. Right now, I think this would have made a lot of your queries clear, that how you are actually going on in selecting your subjects and universities. Now, what would happen, dear students, here is that you would say, okay, as a coach, I would say, and this is something very, very important to understand, that you just have one course and 2 universities. So out of those hundreds of options, we have just selected one course and 2 universities. So I would rather increase that pool too, right? I would rather put up maybe management, eco, or some more universities into the pool to increase my options and backups. So of course, this can be a huge, thing to manage, to discuss, to finalize. So make sure that you are discussing it with like someone like a coach or someone who can guide you properly here, right? As it's 12th March is the last date, do not fill this in a hurry. I would say just make an account today, explore, but make sure that you're choosing your subjects, universities, backups very, very clearly, right? And now we'll, deep dive into the specific questions too. Okay, so Hetal, I think I'm completed with the presentation, and we can take up all the queries that
Yes. So, I had another question, Soumya. Other than CUET, what could be a plan B for a student? So we were discussing about Soumya, who was a commerce student, and she has selected her colleges. So what should be her plan B and C? Definitely, plan A is CUET. वो तो देना है. We have to fill up the application forms before 12. So definitely that's the plan A. What do you think should be the plan B and C that students should keep in mind during this time? That other than this, we should also look at this and keep a backup plan ready.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that's a very, very important question, Hetal. Lots and lots of reactions coming in, because it's something that we are all going through. So except CUET, the best would be to discuss based on your interest and aptitude, okay? Based on your interest and aptitude, we can have some backups. So those backups can be courses in private universities. That can be one backup. So you can maybe apply to a BCom honors in other private universities where CUET is not considered, or some other universities where without CUET, you also get the admission. So that can be one strong backup. Second can be very different courses as backups. So something where your interest is there, but you've not really thought about it right now, that can be another backup to look at, right?
I hope that gives everyone some insight that you should always be ready with your plan B and C, not just go with the plan A that we currently have. That's the CUET, definitely, that's a must thing. Uh, uh, Everyone who's joined here, we've got number of products for all of you all, starting from the CUET application. If you're confused, if you are in your 12th grade, you're in the middle of exams, and you're still confused about what you want to do in your future, we are here at Milo. We are here to help you, guide you through the right process, guide you through the entire career counseling, college selection, college application. We also help with multiple colleges. We can give you, we can help you with five college applications. So there are multiple products for all of you all the people who joined here today gets a special 10% discount on all the Mindler products. So please feel free to reach out to us. We will help you, guide you. We've got very good career coaches like Somya. We're going to help you with the plan A, B, C, all of it. And it just in case you guys have any questions, we can take that 15 minutes up to answer all your questions. So Muskan is asking, for admission process, only CUET marks will be applicable, or universities take certificates in account?
So depending on the course. So if you're, for example, applying through the extracurricular activity route, or if you're applying for specific courses that do consider like a physical activity or performing arts exam, then yes, there'll be a practical application also. But for Delhi University specifically, they have said that for all the courses, CUET is compulsory. So practical can be depending on the course that you're applying.
Great. So we've got so many questions. So we've got a question from Sweetie. Is there a negative marking in CUET? Yes, there is a negative marking. Then we have Chirag asking us, please tell us more about GT. He wants to know more about GT.
Right, the general test part.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So that's something that we can discuss in detail. So general test talks about the general knowledge that you have. Okay. So it will have questions which are related to history, political science, your general current affairs, your logical reasoning. So mixed pool of your general knowledge would be the part of general test. And it's not compulsory. So that section is again optional. So you can fill in that particular exam too if you are planning the course which requires the general test. Okay.
Soumya, give us some 5 tips how to prepare for CUET exam. Everyone wants to know.
Okay. 5 tips. Okay. Very interesting question. All right. So number 1 is that it's just what you studied till 12th. Okay. So
it's not going to be anything out of the box, right? It's going to be everything that you've studied from your basics till your 12th grade.
Absolutely, Hetul. So there is a syllabus mentioned on the CUET website to make it even comprehensive, and there is the base is class 12th. Okay, so that's there. That don't worry that we'll need to study a lot and we'll need to spend too much time in preparation. Yes, some preparation would definitely be helpful, like I'm giving MCQs and then there is negative marking. So thinking about a strategy of giving the paper is important in CUET. So make sure that if we are selecting the specific subjects, then I'm absolutely clear about the concepts. Okay, so tip number 1 is concept clarity on your subjects. Okay, tip number 2 is MCQ preparation. So I'm very good with writing long answers, but it's very difficult for me to tick or choose, or there is someone who just chooses in a very fast way that I just see the first option and I click on it. No. So you have to really make some proper time in attempting the MCQ format of questions, because there's negative marking, there is unattempted, you're losing marks, right? So just make sure that you are taking care of the MCQ part too. And the third tip is, I would say, make a strategy. So at what time am I completing this section? How much time will I answer these questions of particular subject from? Like, how much time will I take to do maths? How much time will I take to do my English, physics, chemistry, anything? So make a time-based strategy for your paper. And the fourth tip is, don't get nervous. So right now, I would say focus on your final exams. And once you're free from there, then just start and prep up for the CUET part. And fifth is, I would say, in the exam, yes, like post the exam, just make sure you are up to date with the counseling process and the specific universities that you're applying for. So be very, very vigilant in filling this application, because it's if you miss out from here, the simple thing is, I'm sorry, you won't get the admission in that course or university. Okay, it's very, very clear. So don't miss out, or don't be in a hurry to fill in the application form right now. Okay. All right.
Great. So guys, if y'all are not aware, if you don't have a plan, basically, if you don't have a plan B, you're not sure what is the right college for you, what is the right course for you, whether you should be going for a particular college or not, you should be going in that direction or not, we are here to help you, guide you throughout. I mean, Soumya, we all have been through that phase where we were so confused about which college to go for, what subjects to select. So, and sometimes it's like we have our parents, we have our relatives telling us, oh, you should definitely go for this course in this college, but it doesn't align with our interest. So we are here, we here at Mindlaw, we are helping you align your interest, your capabilities in the right direction, giving you a backup plan, because this is very, very crucial time, guys. We only have few months left. The colleges will start. We need to choose and have a backup plan. And if you don't have a backup plan, just be rest assured, just give us a call, reach out to us, and we will guide you through the entire process, including the CUET application form. If you are clueless, still you feel that you need extra help in filling up the CUET form or selecting your subjects, all the 10 subjects, if you still have any doubts, please reach out to us. We've got Soumya, we've got amazing career coaches with us at Mindlaw, and we'll help you in the best way possible. So there's so many questions.
Yes.
And which one to choose, BBA or BMS?
Okay, Aniket, I think that's an interesting question. I think if you're interested in management, and for now you can choose both. So yes, BBA is business administration, and BMS is more focused on management studies. So management in general, I would say you can choose both, and both are really absolutely aligned with your interest in management.
So does IGNOU also require CUET?
No. IGNOU, your Indira Gandhi National Open University, does not come under the CUET exam.
Will our profile hinder in the admission process? Do we need a strong profile?
Depending on the course. So suppose if I'm applying for a very academic course, like a psychology, physics, sociology, history, then of course my profile is not something which is taken into criteria in the CUET exam. Some universities do consider profile too, so depending on it, but of course in the CUET exam, in terms of academic courses, most of the universities do consider the CUET exam score only.
We've got another question. Which course should I choose to become a politician?
Interesting. I think we can discuss that. So you connect with us, and maybe we can discuss this in detail. But of course, political science does help, but there's no specific course required.
Do 12th marks matter? Shivam Chaudhary.
So Shivam, for CUET, they've just mentioned that you need to pass class 12th. So you just need to pass in the particular subjects that you're giving your boards in, and that's it. Your mainly your CUET exam score. Okay, your score is what they say is converted into like a percentile. Like whatever score you have in the paper is converted into a percentile form, wherein you get a sort of just to say roughly how much have I performed in terms of my peers or other people who've given in the CUET exam. So based on that particular percentile, you get the admission in the universities. Dhaval, can you tell me CUET for engineering as a backup plan for JEE? Dhaval, absolutely. If you're planning for JEE, I would say CUET is a very good backup plan for you. You can absolutely give this exam too. It would be very helpful. Harshini, lots and lots of questions coming in. So someone is asking about CA, what subjects to choose from. So for your specific CA course, language is compulsory, and of course, CUET may not be compulsory criteria too in many of the universities. So do check that out as well.
Hardik Jalan, ma'am, can you guide us with the steps, the way, how should we choose colleges? Hardik, for that, it's a very big topic which can't be answered right now. But please do give us a call and we'll be able to help you with all your queries, also help you with the entire admission process. We also have a special 10% code for you, Hardik. So please reach out to us and I'm sure we'll be able to guide you with a lot of backup plans.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. I want to go to the defense. Hi, I'm from Pakistan. Hi, Tessin. Nice to see you. Your recommended Mindler for me. Is it for students other than India? Yes, it is also for the students other than India as far as it's generic. Best colleges in BHU. What is better, BBA, BCom or BSc?
Interesting. I think this is a one-on-one discussion, so of course we can guide you. There's no best course or best, it depends on your interest and aptitude. All courses are good and all courses have a great career opportunity, so depending on your interest and aptitude. Someone asked that is CUET score only applicable in India? Yes, it is only applicable for Indian universities and only those universities which are mentioned in your CUET portal. So around, you can consider hundreds of universities in India do take up that score.
All right, I think that is it. That was a very informative, power-packed session by Somya with so much of information with the entire process of filling up your form. Thank you so much, Somya, for joining us, and all of y'all who are having questions. Shivam, what is counseling, where we will help you choose the right college, right course for you. After CUET, definitely we can help you with the entire college applications, entire hand holding of the college application. So we are here to guide you. I'm waiting for you all to call us and we can discuss this and guide you right. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much, Somya. Thank you, Shagun. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Hetal. Thank you.